Morning, motherfuckers. How you diddling? I'm really lucky and everything always works out for me, and that is a mantra that I have consciously and subconsciously lived by for a long time now. That's how I could have a cat be literally stolen outside of my house, a kitten in Switzerland, stolen, caught on camera being stolen, and have it returned to me within 48 hours, I think, because I'm really lucky and everything always works out for me. I also have an amazing connected community around me, and basically it turned into the hottest cat on the internet because everybody on Facebook was sharing and everybody wanted me to win as well, which was amazing. But also how my dog could go missing in the UAE 16 hours after landing. Buddy, where is he? This little legend went missing 16 hours after landing in the UAE. We didn't know what our address was. There aren't even any fucking proper addresses in the UAE, by the way. There's no postal system, no postcodes, no nothing. We didn't have a bonjour. We didn't have a phone number at this point. And bonjour. Hang on a sec. We had no idea who to report this missing dog to. We didn't know who would care. And yet, because I'm really lucky and everything always works out for me, 3 very fucking long, stressful days later. Bear in mind, we lived with a double dual carriageway straight outside the villa. A lot of love, a lot of community from perfect strangers, and a lot of belief. Found him safe 5 kilometres away. Fuck knows how, a miracle, but because I'm really lucky and everything works out, we got him back. I'm gonna stay on the theme of cats and dogs on this one because I feel like it just represents things perfectly, and it's something that I talk to my clients about a lot. Have you seen or heard of Schrodinger's cat? It's a psychology kind of experiment, not even an experiment, but what would you call it? Theory that's demonstrated through the idea of this cat being inside a box with highly poisonous radioactive gas, and this gas is going to open or be triggered inside of the box by a certain chain of events. Dogs, distracted by cute dogs there. So yeah, the box, the cat, inside the fatal gases that could be released at any point by a series of events that could be triggered that we don't really kind of know when they will happen. And what this demonstrates is that 2 complete opposites can be true at the same time, and almost like, well, let's not go down the like split universe situation because that might be a bit much for this time of day, but that ultimately you've got control over what is happening in that box, and yet in a mind-bending way we feel like we don't. So at any one time, until you open the box, the cat is both alive and dead, because it's in this like state of we don't really actually know. So I choose for the cat to be alive. I choose for the cat to be alive at all fucking times. Like until actually there's like decaying matter coming out of that box, that even then I'm like, it could, maybe it is, maybe it ain't. Like, I choose for the cat to be alive, and this is where I'm really lucky and everything always works out for me comes in, because if you decide in every moment that the cat could be alive, because it could, until the box is open, all possibilities remain. So why wouldn't you behave like the cat's still alive? When my cat had been stolen and when my dog had gone missing, I could have gone into a place of, we're never getting them back, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. But I was like, no, until there is a definitive piece of proof, which in fact, all 3 of those examples is a dead animal. There's a chance not just a chance, but that dog, that cat is coming back to me. I've used this with clients before. I had a client, she had a big project. She was waiting to hear if she had sealed the deal on this project. It was huge, it was massive, and she had to go through like a lot of compliance, you know, jump through loads and loads and loads of hoops, because this was like a big fucking deal for her to get this contract. There were times when she was absolutely convinced that the cat was dead. I was like, but we haven't opened the fucking lid on the box. So why choose suffering? Why not enjoy until you're told, no, you didn't get the contract? And this is something that trips people up all the time in business, I find, because this is where energetics comes into play, right? People are like, business, energetics, what's that got to do with anything? It's got everything to do with everything. Imagine the way that you will approach your business if you already believe something is a done deal one way or another, both directions. If you know that it's a done deal, that you're not going to get that job, you're not going to secure that contract, you're not going to fill that class, imagine how you're going to feel, and then imagine how the next steps that you're going to take in terms of continuing on the process of maybe like talking about it, filling the class, you know, putting yourself out there for other jobs, other opportunities. The energy is going to be totally different. Now imagine that you are permanently in a state of, I've fucking got this. I'm really lucky and everything works out for me. Like, I'm going to nail it. You are going to approach things so differently. And even if, because we don't know until the box is opened, even if it turns out that the cat is dead, the deal is not done, the person doesn't hire you, and the class doesn't fill, you know that everything's happening for you. Everything's happening for you, and everything is not happening to you, because there will be a learning, there will be a lesson, there'll be something you can extract from it. Did I talk about it enough? Maybe the timings weren't quite right. Maybe the timings were not timings that I even really wanted to do, and therefore my heart wasn't even in it. You know, there's so many things that you can extract from it. So I'm really lucky and everything always works out for me. And there's always a lesson, even when it doesn't, has served me so well. It has got me a cat back in Switzerland. Oh, I went over then. It has got me my dog back against big odds. I could have very easily, and in fact, I'll probably go into this at some point. In fact, I did share about this in life lessons, and there were a lot of tears shed. There was a point just before he was found where I came to a point of acceptance that maybe he wouldn't be found and that we would need to move on. And then about an hour later, we were found. But if you can remain of the mindset that I'm really lucky and everything always works out for me, you'll stay on a different frequency. If you can stay on the frequency of everything's still on the table until nothing's on the table, you will move through things in a totally different way. And that, my friends, is like energetics. That is the whole, this is manifesting. Because the way that you think impacts the way that you feel. The way that you feel impacts the things that you do. And the things that you do impact your results. All the time that I believed Buddy could come back, I continued to put it out there, to search, to do the things. There was no guarantee, but there was definitely a different potential result the more that I believed. So, just want to put that out there for you today. I'm really lucky and everything always works out for me. Life is not happening to me, it's happening for me. Enjoy your day. Lots of love.